Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going for Monaco Grand Prix and let's see how it goes. It's already, as you can see, it's wet, it's raining, so it's going to be very difficult because Monaco is a street circuit, so everything ends up with the wall. So let's see how it goes. Qualifying one. I've already done quite a few laps, as you can see, because it's wet, so you need to adapt to the wet circuit. It's very difficult. So this is the final lap of this session, so hopefully I should get into the top 10, because as you can see I'm already in 20th place. So this is the final lap. I should get a lot of time out of it, and it's pretty wet, as you can see. It's completely drenched in water, so and it's very difficult to do it. I lost that corner, but anyway I gained around a 10th, which is not great, but should be okay. Let's see how it goes to the rest of the lap. And I'm losing and gaining a bit because it is very tricky to drive in this Monaco, especially in wet, and 2/10s only I could get in the first sector, which is not so good. Yeah, and that lap goes. I think I just lost the braking point there, had to cut the curb, but that's okay. I got around 5/10ths of a second. Let's see, this sixth corner is very tricky, and I touched the wall. I lost the front wing, yes, but that's how it is. Let's move on. I think I had to cut the corner too because of the wind rig. I lost a lot of ground force, but that's around a second, not even second, 4/10ths of a lap, 8/10ths of a lap quicker, a second a lap quicker, even though a broken front rig, which is okay. I think I should be good enough for top 10, hopefully, or at least top 15, and go on to qualifying 3. That was just breaking through the qualifying 2 to 16th position. That's the last position to go through qualifying 2, and I'm into qualifying 2. My teammate got the first position and I got the 16th position. Yeah, that's how it is in the wet. So let's move on to qualifying 2. So let's start qualifying 2. I already was on the first lap, so as you can see I'll move from P6 to P1, but I felt that was not a good enough lap because it's wet. So you keep trying and improve the lap. So I got another 2/10ths there. So let's see if this lap is better than the last lap. Should be better, otherwise no point of going further. So it's 2/10ths up in the first sector, which is good, but it is still green. I don't know, someone has a purple sector there, I guess. So usually I'm slower in the first sector because of a lot of tricky corners, but in the second sector and third sector I think it's a bit fast corners, so I'll be pretty quick there. I think I lost the back end there, so lost a lot of time, but still it's around 2/10ths. It should be pretty much. And this is a tunnel section, and it's a flat out section around 250 to 80 kilometers, and then I made a mistake there, the braking point, but somehow I recovered, lost some time, around 10th, but still it is good enough. And this time I did not touch the barrier, which is good. So I was struggling there to keep the car in the track because it was sliding all over the place, but somehow I got it, and I think I should be able to get around 2 to 3/10ths a lap quicker, I think, in this one. Not even 2/10ths, I think it is less than that. It's even less than that, I think, this lap. Even though the fastest sector 3, I think the delta was not great, and I had to back out of it and return to the garage. So that's the end of qualifying 2. I got P7, which is good enough. I'm through to qualifying 3, and let's go for qualifying 3. So this was the banker lap, which should give me top 3 position, but it's not enough because I should be faster than Mercedes, because mine is a top car, so I should be beating at least Mercedes's, if not Ricardo. So I got around half a second in the first corner itself. That makes you at least good enough for this top 3 position, and I got a sector 1 purple, so it's a fastest sector, which is good. And it is very tricky because it's raining, so the car is sliding all over the place, and it's very difficult to keep it on track. And also when you give a throttle application, it's very difficult. I'm using Logitech G29 setup, which is good enough for Formula 1. sim racing. So yeah, I just kind of lost it there, and it gave me a warning exceeding track limits, but that is how it is. It's completely wet, so the braking point, even if you apply, I think the car is sliding all over the place and it's difficult to control. Yeah, and also yeah, I lost the front wing there, right side, which is okay because I'm almost completing the lap, which should be good enough for top 3, I hope, because I'm already in 4th position now. It should be good enough for top 3. Yes, it is good enough for pole position, but as you know, Ricardo is faster driver among me, so he will be having that pole position. Yes, he has pole positions almost all the races in season 3 my team career. He got the pole positions because I have the fastest car, my team is the fastest car. He will always get the pole position, but winning is a different altogether. So let's see who wins. And the commentary from David Croft, let's listen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Daniel Ricciardo has a clear view ahead from pole position, and Kumar completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton and Sainz, Norris, Albon, Gasly and Esteban Ocon, Leclerc, Vettel, Daniel Kvyat and Stroll, Magnussen, Russell, Mick Schumacher and Roman Grosjean, Perez, De Vries, Latifi and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
As usual, gameplay settings 1 or 2 ultimate, and I will go through some adjustments with respect in terms of fuel. It's not a fuel consuming track, Monaco, so I'll reduce a bit so that I can be faster. And as you see, Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton both are in mediums, and Leclerc is the one which I should look forward to, because when I stop I should not come behind him, and if I come behind him it will be a hell of a race, because both the Mercedes will not stop as soon as we stop. We were in soft tires, so I should be ahead of Charles Leclerc, otherwise it will be a difficult race for me as well as Ricardo, whoever starts in the soft tire in front. And that's 5 lights illuminated and turns off, and then I think I got Ricardo there, and I think Ricardo also lost to Verstappen, so Ricardo went from 1st position to 3rd position. And as you know, Monaco is very difficult to overtake. You can keep position, whoever is at the front, they maintain the pace, so I'm at the front, I'll maintain the pace. Hopefully I should be able to pull away in terms of medium runners, who is Bottas and Hamilton. Otherwise later part of the race it will be difficult for me. Hopefully both me and my teammate Ricardo pulls away from these Mercedes, and I think Verstappen has sandwiched between me and my teammate. Hopefully during pit stops Ricardo gets something. I'll try to do something for Ricardo, because he started from pole position and I squeezed him to that first corner so that he lost the pace, which is unfair, but that's how it is. It's racing. Let's see how it goes. That's the end of lap 1. Pretty much similar positions maintained, around half a second to 1 second faster compared to the Verstappen. Let's see if I can maintain this first position throughout the race. So 19 laps to go, lap 2 started, and I'm gaining a lot of confidence because I did not drive. As you can see, I did not had any experience in Monaco in qualifying in a dry race, so I had to adapt for the first time. So I took some lenience going slower, because I had to maintain the race pace, and I have been leading this race, so I had to take a bit cautiously. So in the second lap I am pushing so that I had to get away from this Mercedes pair, Bottas and Hamilton. So I had the purple sector 1, and let's move on to lap 5, because there was not much happening, and it was as it is. Verstappen, I had to pull some gap. I was pushing all 3 laps, so I had to gain some amount of time. So it is around 2 seconds pretty much. It was almost same, not much difference. and both us and Hamilton were also able to keep up with us. So as you can see, it's only 3 seconds, 3-4 seconds difference, which is bad for us because later on they will have a fresher, softer tire, faster tire, and we will be in mediums. And let's hope any one of us doesn't get stuck behind Charles Leclerc, who is starting in mediums. Only person who is not in top 10 starting in mediums, which is difficult for us if we get behind him. So I don't know where he is now. Maybe it's around 15 seconds or 16 seconds. Let's hope for it. At least we will be ahead of him. If we are behind him, then I think both us or Hamilton has a chance for this victory, because as you know, it's Monaco, it's notorious for overtaking. You cannot overtake everywhere. It's barriers, and you have to be utmost cautious in every corner. As you can see, one slight mistake and you are in the barrier. So that's the Monaco. And let's see, I think my strategy popped up there, so I had to pit this lap, but I will not do the lap pit stop this lap because I had to do something for Ricciardo, so he's close. And let's see if Verstappen pits in this lap so that Ricciardo can close the gap, and we will go for an overcut hopefully, because I feel Leclerc is somewhere there. So if Verstappen pits, I think he will be coming behind him. Hopefully he will try to hold him up, and Ricciardo can get the second position. So let's see how it goes. So lap 7, DRS open. I'm sorry, no, there is no DRS here, so overtake. Monaco has only one DRS section, so, and it's also not a useful DRS section where you cannot overtake. It's not even a straight, it's a curved bend straight, pit straight. And moving on to lap 9, this is my pit stop lap. As you can see, Leclerc in 16 seconds. Definitely I will not be able to come ahead of him, and Verstappen is also close, so it will be very tricky for me. Ricciardo has already stopped, and I think he has come behind Verstappen, so I had to push this lap. I had to cut the corner. I think I could not brake enough to make that corner. So, and let's see if I can come ahead of Verstappen or behind Verstappen. If behind Verstappen, and that's the end of our race to victory. Let's hope we come ahead of Verstappen, and hopefully we can overtake Leclerc, because Leclerc will be ahead of us for surely, because 16 seconds is not enough for us to complete the pit stop and come ahead of Leclerc. And as you can see, Leclerc passed me, and there is Verstappen. Hopefully we can hold him. Yes, I think we can hold him. There is Verstappen, and behind him is Ricciardo. So that's pretty much same. There is no difference. Potential first place for me, second place for Verstappen, and third place for Ricciardo, provided I overtake Leclerc, because Leclerc will be completely slower than any of us behind, and he will be blocking us for a potential race victory, I guess. So I had to do maximum and somehow catch him and pass him. So Leclerc is 1.3 seconds ahead of us, and Verstappen and Ricciardo is around a second behind us. I had to catch Leclerc and pass. There is no other way. I have to do it because Hamilton and both us are ahead of us. As you can see, pretty much 19 seconds is needed to come ahead, as Verstappen was 19 seconds behind me when I did the pit stop, and I was closely just half a second in front of us when I came out of the pit stop. So you need that, and now I am close to Leclerc. Let's see, I can overtake in this straight. DRS open. I couldn't, I think, because as I said, in the straight line it's not so easy, because it's not a big straight. Let's see, I can overtake here. I'm very close to him. Looking at the corner, left side, no, not possible. It's very tricky, that corner. You cannot overtake, and let's hopefully I can overtake in this corner. Yes, I got him in the second. He locked up, and that's pass. That's the end of Leclerc. I think they won't. I don't think they can overtake in this thing. As you can see, moving on to lap 13, Leclerc is still holding Verstappen 5 seconds. As I told you, it's difficult to overtake, especially AI to AI. They don't do what a player can do. So at least, especially in the street racing. So I was 5 seconds ahead of Leclerc now, and Hamilton pits. Anyway, Hamilton I think will come behind at least me, and hopefully Leclerc and Verstappen, because I told 19 seconds and it was 19 seconds and it is given give or take. So he came behind Ricardo, so that's good for them, but I don't think Bottas will do similar to Hamilton. I think Bottas may come ahead of this Leclerc, Verstappen and Ricardo pair, but let's wait and see. It's around almost close to 20 seconds if you count that timing between myself and Bottas as well as Leclerc. So it's around 19 to 20 seconds, which is good enough. Bottas should be able to come ahead of Leclerc. If so, then I will be at the danger zone, because you will have a fresher tire and also a soft tire, so you will definitely catch me, but passing me is all entirely a different story. So let's hope I don't make any mistakes. So I have made a mistake there, but it's okay. Not much time lost, and Bottas pits, so it's around 7 seconds to Leclerc, and I think Leclerc also will pit in this lap. That unleashes Verstappen and Ricardo, but the damage is already done. I think Bottas will come ahead of Verstappen and Ricardo. Yeah, I think he is ahead of Verstappen and Ricardo. So the Bottas gained 2 positions actually, so that's a good for him. So after moving on to lap 18, as you can see, Bottas is reeling me down. So he was around 5 seconds behind me. Now he's 2 seconds. As you can see, Verstappen is still 7 seconds. So he did not gain or much time on me, but Bottas is catching me like hunter. So let's see who gets hunted, whether Bottas can hunt me or I can just defend myself from him. Hopefully I should be able to defend, because it's only 2 laps and overtaking is difficult and I have the fastest car, so it should be pretty much easy, but you never know. This is Monaco, so one mistake you lose front wing and then that's it. So let's hope for the best. And final 2 corners I am taking very cautiously. Sorry, final 2 laps, not corners. So yeah, so I'm not even close to barrier. As you can see, I'm pretty much taking very cautiously, so not going and exploring the barriers there. So, but it's okay. I mean, Bottas cannot overtake me in the straight, so it's only in the corners, and in the corners it's very difficult for him. As you can see, he's 1.2 seconds behind, and lap 19 starts, and I'm pretty much okay. I mean, compared to the fastest lap, it's only half a second or 6/10 slower, which is okay, but Bottas got the fastest lap because he is in the soft tires. As usual, the fuel will be less and the car will be faster and faster as you move on, and especially if you are in the soft tires, you'll be faster. And I made a mistake and went deep there, so it's okay. And same mistake here, so it's getting me on, the tires are getting me, and it's very tricky now. So it's 3 times I lost a lot of time there, but still I pretty much cannot overtake, I believe, Bottas. But let's see how it goes. So I had to brake late there and missed apex there. So, but it's okay. I did not gain much. Actually, I lost a time there, so around 4/10, and yeah, pretty much the tires are dead now. So it's just a matter of time. Bottas reels me down and passes me, but let's hope for the best and win the race, because as you can see, Verstappen is not able to gain much time and Ricardo is stuck behind him, and that's how it is. I am about to save here, mid-season save, because last time I played this Monaco Grand Prix and won the Grand Prix, but after that I got stuck in the black screen, so that's the end of the race, and I don't know why they did not have a save game before all this celebration, but yeah, that's how it is. Hopefully they do good job in F1 2021, but let's see, let's move on. Lap 20, final lap, and should be pretty much easy victory, I guess, as Leclerc was the game changer here, as I told in the start of the race. That guy is the one who I have to watch out for. Still I came behind him, but I was able to overtake him, but not so okay for Verstappen as well as Ricardo, who lost the position because of Leclerc, and Bottas gained 2 positions because of Leclerc. Hamilton lost out, maybe because it was very close, but anyway, it's good Hamilton lost out to them, but not Bottas. In the real life, it is vice versa. But at least in the game, let Bottas win or at least get more points. As in real life, Bottas was in the second place because before Mercedes team screwed up his pit stop, and that's close. And Bottas, oh my God, he was very close to me. I gave him enough space now. And, that's it, victory. As I told, yeah, it's Monaco, right? So in the last corner, I missed it, and I almost lost the race. But somehow I had this in my bag. First position, and the driver of the day goes to Romain Grosjean. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. I don't know how Romain Grosjean got driver of the day, at least, especially in Monaco. I thought he will crash, as he's known for it. But anyway, that's about Monaco Grand Prix, and my teammate lost out to everybody, I think. So first myself, then Verstappen, then Bottas. So fourth position for him after getting pole. Myself from second to first. So that's expected. Celebrations, and after celebrations, highlights will follow. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and press the notification bell icon for more videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Kumar increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking